is in gear. Let's try that. Got throttle. We got brakes. Got a clutch. Got steering. I need a shifter. I gotta get to those two guys down there. See, that's how. Oh. These two arms, you know, they're what works your shifter. Yeah. This one is second and third. This one here is first and reverse. I have a Hurst floor mount shifter that should probably work those things. I have to modify it a little bit, of course. Oh. But I had it fired up briefly the other day, playing with this alternator. Come on, you gonna focus? What's the matter with you? There you go. Playing with the alternator, getting it to charge, and put my belt size on there. And well, I had it hooked to fuel, and you know, I was sitting there and I reached down, put it in gear, and dragged the clutch a little bit, and it freaking actually moved. You know, I just creeped it like at 2 inches and left it roll back, but it wants to move, and that's huge. There's a treatment stuff that I want to do. It's a gasket and crack sealer for the block. It's not your typical stuff with the sodium silicate. I guess it's a ceramic type of stuff. I don't remember, but when the machinist went over this engine, the first machinist sent it to, mag fluxed it. He said it's okay. All right, the second machinist took the first machinist's word and just went to work on the block. And then later he called me up, kind of pissed off, because he found a crack. That crack was down in the lifter valley, where it's fun to get to. Yeah, he was pissed. I had to bring him receipts, show him that I had the damn thing magnafluxed. Anyways, he used some DevCon epoxy, the red stuff, I don't know, but he's confident with it. He says you better not ever overheat this freaking thing, but he's confident with it. And he also turned me onto this stuff, Pioneer ceramic seal or something like that. This stuff right here, it's not your typical block sealer. He wanted me to run this stuff through there while I'm breaking it in. And yeah, you're running it with water, and right now I don't want to put water in that thing, you know, because it might freeze. Anyways, you run that with water for a while, a couple 100 miles or something, drain it out. Hopefully it'll be all good. A lot of guys are saying that the DevCon stuff he used is just awesome, and he was telling me about some crazy stuff he did with it on on his dragster, you know, and where the crack is, you'll know it when you check the oil, because there will be chocolate milk on that stick, and so far so good. You know, when I bench ran it, we had water in it, you know, drained that right away, and I've had it, you know, running a little bit, like to test the alternator, see if it's pumping fuel, get my spark straightened out, but not much more. And these turkey thermometers, they're working fine. What else did I do? The bearing in this fan hub is non-serviceable. So what I did, I took it apart because it didn't sound great, and I machined a little plate that goes back behind the fan, and so I could put in that grease fitting right there. And I also drove that bearing out and pulled a couple of the seals off, and also one of the retainers, which wasn't great, but it'll work. But now I can grease my fan hub. So, you know, and there's probably more elegant solutions than that welded crap that I put on the back there, but it holds it. It'll work fine. If I get another fan hub or something, I'll probably make that. You know, I'm just gonna run it, see what that does a while. If it starts getting noisy, then, you know, I'll do something. But it's a weird stack up of bearings in there, and I don't know what you'd do to replace that. Did a little wiring. It's not clean. I gotta, you know, neaten some stuff up. Of course, we're running the ignition through that ballast resistor. You know, knock that down so we don't eat the points up. Pretty sure the condenser's shot in that distributor, and I need to get me a vacuum advance. I don't know if the vacuum advance is going to be a terrible freaking thing, just for a little test drive on the mountain. I hope not. I'd like to get some kind of exhaust in it. It's freaking loud inside of the cab. I got to mount the battery down. I want to put in some kind of floorboards. Come on, dude. You can do it. Come on, come on. Focus. Thank you. Thank you. Put in some kind of floorboards. That's going to be old plywood. I got to put gear oil in the transmission. Oh boy, there's details, you know. I got to run a choke cable, and I don't know where the heck the idle speed adjuster is on this thing. I don't know. I don't know. You know, I got some details to tie up yet. But you did see it move, right? Even though I was cranking it in gear. You know, sorry I'm not showing you stuff as I'm working, but you know, I like to listen to my radio, and I like to just come out here and work, and I don't like to fuss around with the camera, you know. I just like to come out and work. Just come out and get on it. Man. And I made the thing to hold the accelerator cable and the accelerator. I got to get some fuel line. My wonderful wife was out doing some cleanup, and she found this long piece of steel for me, so I don't have to blow a lot more money than I have on a whole bunch of rubber fuel line, or even buy steel fuel line. I'll use it. Yeah, it's a little bent up. Who cares? I'll use it. Man. What do you think? Yeah, it's not pretty. You know, it's 100%. Oh, except for the engine. The engine's correct, but the rest of it is straight out of Cuba. Later.